Welcome. It is day 6 for your Yoga Fit Challenge. We're going to do a 20-minute yoga flow that will leave you feeling much better than when you started this video. Roll out your mat, take off your shoes, and let's get flowing. All right, let's start at the top of the mat. Bring your big toes together, a little space between your heels. Roll your shoulders down your back, open your palms forward, tuck your chin slightly, and stand as tall as you can. Best posture, Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a moment here and just ground your feet into the floor. Really feel all 10 of your toes alive and active. On your next inhale, breath, reach both arms overhead. Touch your palms. And then we're going to fold. Put a bend in your knees. Slide down your thighs halfway or all the way, whatever feels comfortable. And then let your chin soften to your chest like you're looking for your knees. Half lift. Inhale, come on up. Halfway, tabletop your spine. And then exhale, release. We're going to sink into chair pose. So drop your hips down towards your heels and pick your heart up off your thighs. Reach your arms overhead, thumbs reaching back. Okay, let's start to warm things up a little bit. On your next exhale breath, I want you to sweep your arms back, lean forward, look at the floor, and then inhale, stretch right back up to the sky. We'll do that 2 more times. Try to move it with breath. The arms reach back, and then arms reach up. Your torso goes with you, but you're trying to keep your legs the same. Good. On this next one, we'll lower the fingers all the way to the floor. Lift the hips, stretch the back of the legs. Put a bend in the knees as you roll to the top. Your head will come up last, like a rag doll. Shoulders roll back. Open the hands to the front. Tadasana. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead again. Palm to palm, exhale, fold, swan dive down the legs. Half lift. Exhale, release. Let's warm those legs up. Middle fingers brush the floor as you sit down in a chair, arms up. And this time as you sweep back, can you pick up your heels and balance on the balls of your feet? And then lower the heels, reach the arms up. 2 more times. Find a little balance practice, drinking bird. So tip forward, lower the heels, reach up. Wake up those spinal muscles. Stretch your pinkies up, up, up. Lower the heels, fingers to the sky. This time we'll push through the legs to rise. A little back bend here if you can. Hands to heart center. Find that heart beating in your chest. Should be feeling like you're warming up here. 1 breath here to just sort of settle. On the exhale, reach arms overhead. And then we'll bow. Melt into your legs, half lift, fingers to shins or blocks or thighs. Exhale, release, bend both knees, stretch your right leg way back, coming into low lunge. Front knee over front ankle, light on your fingers or on blocks. Pick up your heart, and we're gonna add a little bit of movement forward and back here. So kind of like you're pushing off the ball of your back foot to stretch into that hip. Gonna take 1 more rock forward back. Beautiful. Plant your right hand under your right shoulder and then rotate your left hand to your hip and open your left shoulder to the sky. Or maybe stretch your left arm up and take a nice revolve low lunge. Love the stretch into that middle back. Exhale, release the hand. Go ahead and heel toe your foot a little bit wider, your front foot, so that your hands have room on the inside of your knee. And let's once again take a little bit of movement forward and back. If you can, if you'd like to, you can maybe draw some little circles here with your midsection. Go the other way. Really getting those hips nice and open for our next pose, Malasana. So you're going to turn your toe out, your left toe out 45 degrees. Put a spring load in your back leg. Exhale, step your back leg to the top of the mat outside of your right pinky. Sink down in your lowest yogi squat here. Hands can come to heart, hands can stay on blocks, or you could sit on a block if you need it. Opening those hips, pushing your knees wide. Good. Release your fingers, lift your hips, and heel toe your feet back towards the middle. Half lift whenever your next inhale arrives. Exhale, release. Let's root through your legs, rise up, strong back. Inhale to the top, palms to center, prayer. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So on your in-breath, reach up, lengthen, maybe look at your thumbs. And then a little swan dive over your legs. Keep a soft bend in your knees. Half lift, inhale. And then we're headed to the other side. So put a bend in the knees, find blocks or fingertips to the floor, step your left leg way back. You're on the ball of that foot. The front knee right over the ankle. And let's add a little movement here. This low lunge. Maybe it feels good to hold still. And if that's the case, I invite you to just settle and hold. Stretching out the hip here. Waking up the mind-body connection. Notice how it feels. We're going to plant to the left hand so it's underneath your left shoulder. And then you can take your right hand to your hip and roll your right shoulder open. Or if it feels good, stretch your right hand to the sky, look at it. Revolve low lunge. Feeling that in the middle back. Good. With the exhale breath, we'll release the hand and then start to make a little bit of room here. Heel toe your right foot out. So there's room for both hands on the inside of your knee. Runner's lunge. And you can always put your back knee down. You can always hold still. But I like a little bit of movement here if it's this early in a practice to just loosen things up. You're welcome to rock forward and back. Or maybe even a little circle. Just waking up those legs, the hips, and go the other way if you're circling. And also waking up the wrists. All right, we're going to spin the right toe out 45 degrees. Put a bend in your back knee. Look forward, exhale, step that back foot to the outside of your left pinky. Sink down into Malasana Yogi Squat. Sit down low. You can either bring your hands to your heart, or you can keep them on something for support, the floor or blocks. Heels are heavy. One more breath here, see if you can lengthen your spine. Release your fingers, pick up your hips, heel toe your feet towards one another. Half lift, inhale. Exhale. Root to rise, strong legs reach up. Inhale, palm to palm. Match them at your heart center. Find your breath for a moment. So that was some pretty deep hip stretching here. Take a moment, just notice the effects in your body. We're going to practice a little balance next, heading into chair pose again. So I'm going to turn to face you. On your next inhale, reach your arms overhead, fingertips to the sky. Start to sit down into your chair. Draw your belly button in. And then we'll hold here. Bring the hands to heart center. Working on a little balance. Start to lighten on your right heel. And see if you can pick up that right foot and cross your right thigh over your left thigh. And then maybe just squeeze the outer edge of your foot to your calf. That might be plenty. Option to put the toe down if you need it. There is the option for the bind where you hook the top of your foot behind your calf. Feel free to stay right here, finding a lot of challenge here in eagle legs. If you'd like to add some arms, we'll wrap left on top of right. Give yourself a little hug. Like you're reaching for opposite shoulders, you do have the option to add wrist to wrist or maybe fingertip to palm. And if you fall out of it like I just did, smile. Try again. Realign. Pick a spot, stare at it. Good. To come out of this eagle balance, slowly unwind, reach up, lift your right knee high, come into standing staff, lower your right foot, bring your hands to your heart, and do a little walk. Nice job, yogis. Let's try side two. Zip up the belly here and start to sink down into your chair. Reach the arms overhead, create space between your ears and shoulders. When you're ready, peeling some weight off the left heel. So light on the left foot and perhaps pick that whole foot up, cross thigh over thigh. You can stay here, bring the hands to heart. If it feels possible to squeeze the outer edge of your toe, your pinky toe side of the foot into the calf, go ahead and add the squeeze, or you can tap it down like a little kickstand. Some of you may be able to wrap. Go ahead and wrap that foot behind your calf if that's possible. Breathing into this here, let's add some arms right on top of left. Give yourself a hug. Reaching for opposite shoulders. Stay here if this feels like plenty, or you can add wrist to wrist or fingertip to palm, eagle arms. This is a balance challenge and a hip stretch and a shoulder stretch. Breathe. There's a lot going on. Good. With your next exhale, slowly release. Come on up into standing staff. You'll stand on your right leg, pick up your left knee, arms overhead, and then set that foot to the floor. Bring your hands to heart center. Realign and settle. Find your breath. And if it feels possible, close your eyes for a moment and just notice the energy buzzing around your body here from those powerful poses. Good. One more breath here. and then we'll blink the eyes back towards open. We're headed to the mat. So go ahead and come back to the top of your mat, whichever side is the top for you. And we'll breathe both arms up. Inhale. Exhale, we fold. Follow your breath down. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, release, bend your knees. Find the mat with your hands. Step your legs back one at a time. Come into plank asana. So your wrists are under the shoulders. Tailbone curled under. Option to put your knees down, or you could even go to your knuckles if this feels like a lot for the wrists. Take one more breath at whichever version you're choosing. Good. We're lowering the knees and the chest and the chin. So I like to turn my fingertips out for this one. Elbows bend back. Knees, chest, chin. You can leave your hips up and then slide your belly to the floor. Allow the tops of the feet to melt. Pull those hands back about an inch or two and roll your heart up. Baby cobra. Exhale, release. Good. Let's do 2 more rolls through cobra. If it's okay, you can go a little higher. Stretching out the front body. Exhale, roll down. 1 more. Any amount. Honor your back. Shoulders relaxed. Exhale to release. Let's create a little pillow here. So forearm pillow with your right arm, and then bend your left knee. See if you can reach your left arm back to connect with your foot or your ankle or your pant leg. If that's too much, you can use a strap or a towel to make your arm a little bit longer. Breathe into the front thigh here. So we really woke up those legs with all the lunging and the low squat, the low lunge, the balance. On your exhale, slowly release, and we'll switch. Place your left arm at the top of the mat, a little pillow. Bend your right knee, reach back with your right hand. See if you can find something to connect with. Breathe into the front of your right thigh. Notice where you feel this. Just being aware. It's practicing mindfulness. There's so many benefits to that. Release what you're holding. We'll plant our hands by the ribs and pick yourself up to all fours. Little counter stretch for what you did. Hips to heels, child's pose. Forehead reaches down. Try to keep your arms extended if you can on this one, so that'll give you a nice shoulder stretch. You're always welcome to bend your elbows if you need that. Good. On your exhale, breath will shift the weight forward. Kick your ankles one direction, whichever one you want. And we'll come to sit up in the center of the mat here, heading into our inverted table. Go ahead and reach your hands behind your hips. Fingertips point forward and take your feet parallel, hip distance apart, toes face forward. This might be enough. Just lifting the chest, stretching through the front of the shoulders, soft elbows behind you. If it feels possible to push down into your feet, lift your hips up and go ahead and work your way into that tabletop pose, lifting the chin up off the chest. Should feel a great stretch in the front of the arms. And then we'll relax the head if that's available. Gentle with the neck here. We'll slowly tuck the chin back in and then inch by inch lower the hips to the mat. No hurry here. Take your time. Allow them to find the floor. Send your left leg out straight, and then we'll hug that right foot and pull it up and over the left leg. Root your sit bones down into the mat. Catch your right knee with your left arm, and then just start to twist. Look behind you, looking over your right shoulder. We'll reverse what I just said. If I just mixed up my rights and left, I'm sorry. So look behind the shoulder. That's the same side as the knee you're hugging. And we're going to take this a little bit deeper. So go ahead and unwind your twist. Open into figure 4. So you're going to flex the foot and the knee. You're coming into a figure 4 shape. Walk back into your hands just like you did for inverted table. And then slide your bottom heel in just as far as you can without rounding your back. So the toes are lifted, active, and feeling a stretch in your outer hip. Now if this is a lot, you can just hold here at the bottom. If there's room for more, you can always walk your heel in, but I feel my spine starting to come out of alignment when I do that, so I'm staying out a little bit. Pick up the chest, stretching that outer hip. We're going to keep moving into our twist. So take that right footprint and just drop it over to the side. And then you'll pull your left heel in a little closer for Lord of the Fishes, hugging your right knee again with your left arm, your left elbow. Start to twist again. Look over that back shoulder. A little deeper twist this time. Start the unwind. No hurry here. We'll let that front foot just wiggle forward so you have a good base. And then take the inside and outside of your foot with your hands and start to kick into the hands. Just till you feel your hamstrings stretch, lift up the heart. Feel kind of a boat pose type of spine. Lifted, chest up, chin up. Put a bend back into the knee here as you release the foot. Let it come down. Uncross the ankles. Give them both a little bounce, and we'll switch sides. So you're going to take the left foot, whatever side you haven't done yet, cross it over the right leg, and then take your twist. So hug opposite arm across. Reach your left fingers back behind you. Little tent with the fingers. Gaze off your back shoulder. Stretch through the hip. And then unwind, prepping for the figure four. Once again, kind of like inverted table hands. Let your knee drop open. Flex the foot. And then when you're ready, slide your bottom heel in just a little bit at first. Kind of test the waters. Maybe you can move a little deeper, but check in with your spine. Check in with your breath. Your breath is your teacher, your pranayama. Puff out your chest just a little bit. And we'll take this front footprint and fall down to the floor. Gently, gently set it down. Pull the bottom heel in a little bit for our Lord of the Fishes. See if you can find your sit bones down to the floor. So I just scoot back a little bit to achieve that. Draw your opposite arm across and then keep twisting over that left shoulder. Look behind you. Notice what you notice. Here's your chance to unwind. Wiggle your bottom foot out a little so you have a base. You're going to catch both edges of your feet with your hand and then kick that left leg towards the sky. Does not have to get straight, just to your edge. Find your stretch here. Lift your heart. Deep belly breath. Relax your face, relax your shoulders. Good. We'll slowly release whatever you chose to hold here and then find a comfortable seat. For me, I'm going to choose Sukhasana, ankles crossed, hips rooted, shoulders relaxed. Take a moment here to drop your chin to your chest. Place your hands on the floor beside your hips, and we'll just roll little semicircles. Roll your right ear to your left, or right ear to your right shoulder. And then at your own pace, roll through the middle and take it to the other side. No hurry here. Honor what you find. Let's go both directions one more time. Breathing to the side of the neck. Be proud of the effort you brought today. Melt back in through the middle here. We'll lift the gaze back up. Neutral spine. Walk your fingertips forward into one more final fold. Relax your heart towards the floor. You can place a block under your forehead or under your hands if you need some support. Reach your hips back and maybe even close your eyes. A moment here to congratulate yourself for getting through day 6 of your mind-body challenge. Meeting yourself on the mat every day, 2 weeks in a row. We're almost to the end of the first week. Gently walk your hands back up, finding a tall spine, comfortable seat, whatever you choose with your legs. Rest with palms up. And if you'd like, join me in a mudra, index to thumb, meaning 1. Relax the shoulders and then close down the eyes. Fill your belly up with air and then exhale it out. Now this is your opportunity to pause the video here if you'd like to take a short shavasana or relaxation. For those of you who are ready to come off your mat and move on with your day, go ahead and flutter your eyes back to open. many blinks as you need to let the light back in. On your next in-breath, reach your arms overhead, connect your hands, pull them to your heart center. Prayer mudra, chin to chest. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know by liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. I will see you on day 7. Namaste.